Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Julia. Sorry if you can hear the dryer going just around the corner, but this morning I am in my front entryway. This is my front door and this is a coat closet. When we moved into this condo about 4 years ago, I knew that we needed more storage than just a coat closet, so I converted half of this closet into a pantry. And that is what we are going to work on today because it is kind of a mess. It's very hard to find anything and we just need a little reset, refresh. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of the lay of the land. So this side here is, we've got coats, and then down below there's some shoe storage down here. Originally this closet just had one bar across this way and then a rack that you can see. I raised the rack and then instead of having one bar across this way, I put the bar sideways because it's a relatively deep closet, and then on this side I put in some pantry shelves. Today I am not dealing with the closet side, so the coats, the shoes, but I am going to deal with the pantry. So I'm just gonna pull a couple things out. We've got like the vacuum cleaner and some folding chairs kind of in the middle here, so I'm gonna clear all that out and then we will take a look. The wonderful thing about having this pantry space is that I can stock up on things a little bit more. If you saw one of my earlier videos, when I was more newly postpartum, we got a compact chest freezer. So between the chest freezer and the pantry, it means that I can plan ahead, so I'm not just going to the store to buy more flour when we're out of flour or almost out of flour. I can sort of always have one backup of things that we go through relatively often. It also means that I can stock up when there's a good price on things. So if I see that there's a sale on something, I can buy a few of them and store them. And so I just want to make sure that I'm maximizing the space that I have. And also, it's probably good to know exactly what all is in here. So if there's anything that we should be using, should be going through, we can do that. I think my first course of action is actually gonna be to just clear off those shelves altogether. So I'm gonna do that. I'll set you up, we'll do a little time lapse, and we will reconvene once everything is removed. So my goal for today is really to take a look at these shelves, clear everything off, see if there's anything that I should be getting rid of, if it's just past expiration or things that I know we're not gonna eat. We do have like a Hope pantry up the block from us, and it's just a cabinet outdoors where neighbors can drop off non-perishable goods and anybody in need can grab from there. So we may have some things that we end up dropping off at the Hope pantry. But other than that, I just need to get a little bit more organization in here. When I originally set this up, I sort of had like a section for baking supplies, a section for canned vegetables, tomatoes, things like that. And then some staples like, you know, rice and pasta, dry pasta, things like that. Over time, it has all just kind of jumbled together and we just put things where there's room. So I'm really hoping to get it a little more organized and just a little bit easier to navigate. We can see these shelves are cleared. Got some seasonal doormats and then some large volume. This is a rice bag and some big pancake mix, but those will stay on the floor. And this is what we're dealing with. These right here are some things that I'm gonna throw away. We've got a bunch of like baby food pouches. I think I'm gonna steal this cardboard box that these ramen are in and just put the ramen on a shelf and use that box to store those. Bunch of tomato products and beans and coconut milk and canned fruit, and this is more like sweets and baking over here, pasta, grains. So now it's the fun of figuring out how to get all this back on the shelves in a way that makes sense. So I think I'm gonna start on the bottom shelf here. I think I'm gonna put the tomato products down there. They're probably the heaviest stuff for the most part. and it's the most cans and jars that I have, so that might be a good place just in the event that a shelf falls. I don't think they will, because they haven't so far, but you know, less chance of it like falling into other stuff and damaging stuff. Let's just get things going. Something that you will notice is that I haven't gone out and purchased all new bins and storage containers and all that kind of stuff for this project. That is not really my MO. I'm the kind of person who uses what I have on hand, whether that is just using the shelves as they are, or seeing what other bins I have laying around that aren't currently in use, or even using a cardboard box, a shoe box, saving some packaging from something else. To me, it makes more sense to do it that way. Don't get me wrong, I love the look of a beautiful organized pantry or kitchen cabinet or closet, whatever it is, with decanters and matching items. But to me, I don't want to go invest my money in something unless I know that the system is going to work for me, and unless I feel like I'm missing something that's actually going to make the system work better for me. So I'm not going out of my way to buy new items until I know that this pantry style organization is going to work, because if I change it up in another couple of months, then I'm kind of pigeonholed into using the items I already have, or I need to go and spend more money to buy new items. The other part of this is that I just don't want to spend money on things when I don't need them. So maybe this is a little bit of de-influencing, permission to you to not have to go out and purchase all the items. I know they look beautiful, but they're not always necessary. So take a beat, make sure that what you're doing works for you, and if you still want those items later, go ahead and get them. And here we are. Okay, I'll give you the layout. So on the top here, I put some treats and chocolate, as well as baking chocolate, some baking supplies here. We've got some extra sauces, some mini marshmallows. I literally bought those for Rice Krispie treats that I have Rice Krispies there. But then this is our bin, newly created, of all the baby pouches. So those are all together, not falling out everywhere. This shelf could benefit from a little bit of difference in height. So if I got some like risers or some bins or something, but I have like rice, pasta, arborio rice, which is for risotto. We also have this big bag of rice that some family members gave us. So eventually that will be gone, and we'll probably go back to doing, you know, individual size bags, but maybe not. Some ramen packets, some corn muffin mix, oats, breadcrumbs, cereal, 1 box of mac and cheese, some broth, some lemon juice, just kind of, you know, basics in that sense. And then the bottom shelf here is pretty much all of the canned goods. So we have some whole peeled tomatoes, some tomato sauce, some pasta sauce, a lot of tomato paste, more than I knew that we had, so that's good. I have diced tomatoes with green chilies, coconut milk, enchilada sauce, some taco seasoning, as well as some sort of fake ground beef crumbles, seasoned like taco seasoning already, and then some canned beans, as well as some grape leaves that I bought at like Marshall's because I just couldn't resist. And then, like I said, I have the big bag of rice down here. Those same family members also gave us this giant bag of pancake mix that we're working our way through. And then these are some fig bars. We get the big giant box at Costco, and we're working through that as well. This box here is the box that our produce comes in every week. We're members of a CSA, which stands for Community Supported Agriculture. So every week we get a box of produce, and they take back the box. So we leave out last week's box when they drop off this week's box, and then we bring it up, pack it, store it in the closet until next week when we put it downstairs before our delivery. So that feels good. It's not perfect. I wish there was more space, because I'm already noticing I would love to have a backup bag of sugar, a backup bag of flour, and I'm already sort of feeling like maybe I don't have the room to do that. However, at least I know what I have now, and everything is in a little bit of organization. So hopefully that'll just make it easier to know what we have, know what we need, and make it easier to grab and go. But let me also show you the things that I have pulled out. This here is a jar of cherries I canned in 2022. I don't think there's anything wrong with this per se, but I literally just water packed them. I didn't do anything to them. I just didn't want these cherries to go bad, and I was just learning how to can, and guaranteed they taste disgusting. So I'm gonna get rid of those. These are a few things I pulled out to go leave in the Hope pantry. So this is a can of stewed tomatoes. We just don't use these anymore. Technically, these just expired, but not even. It's just a Best By date, and that was literally like a week and a half ago. So I am not concerned at all. Somebody will definitely get good use out of those. We have this jar of pickles. We got this as a 2-pack at Costco one time, and they're just not our favorite. We have pickles that we like much better, so somebody else can enjoy that as well. Some seaweed snacks, still within date, and this was a little trail mix packet that I got on an airplane, and I am just not a big trail mix person, and my husband probably didn't know that it was there and is not going to eat it. So these 4 items will go to the Hope pantry, and some things to get rid of. These were just kind of the holders that the Rao's pasta sauce came in from Costco. We don't need those. It's actually quite cumbersome to have to rip those off while we're reaching in the pantry. This taco seasoning expired at the beginning of this year, so we don't need to keep that. Again, it's just a Best By date, but there's no reason to put that in the Hope pantry. That's pretty far out of date. I had 2 bags that had liquid IV packets in it. I got these when I was newly postpartum. They really helped me stay hydrated. I don't drink them as often now, but they're still nice to have on hand. So I just consolidated the 2 bags into one. They're different flavors, but it does not make a difference to me. This was an open box of pasta. I don't know how long it's been in there, and obviously the pasta should still be fine. It's not like it's gonna go bad, but sometimes we do have creepy crawlies, so I just don't really want to risk there being bugs in my pasta. This was packaging that came off of the ramen box. There's like crumbs left in this little bag, and it's quite old, so we're just gonna toss those. These I'm just putting out so we eat the last 3 of them. I did have one as a treat while I was doing this. And then this giant jar of peanut butter pretzels from Costco. There's only a few left in the bottom, and it also, you can't even see the date on here. These were Best By January of this year, so we are not gonna risk it. So that is everything that came out of the pantry and everything that remains. Now I hope you haven't looked too closely because the floor is dusty. I definitely could go through this stuff and reorganize the shoes and see what's sitting in this mop bucket. This top shelf as well. It's just got some stuff stored up there, but that is a project for another day. This was what I wanted to get done. It feels so good to have things a little bit more orderly and organized. That's kind of the journey that I am taking right now, is just getting things back to a place where I feel like I know where things are. I'm not scrambling. When my world is messy, it makes the inside feel messy. So the more organization and clarity I have in my physical world, the calmer and better it makes me feel. So this is definitely a step in the right direction. I'm sure I will do a video where I do the same thing in our kitchen cabinets, because those also definitely need to get gone through and reorganized. Maybe someday soon I'll consider getting some storage bins or like little shelves and racks just to help really maximize the space in this closet. But again, for now, this has done the trick. It really is so much better than it was, and I'm really excited that that project is now done. And that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I got this done. It does kind of motivate me to get these things done, knowing that I'm able to film them and share them with you. So maybe this was inspiration for you. Let me know in the comments down below if there's any area in your house that you are looking forward to organizing, or maybe you recently organized. How did it go? I'd love to know. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. It really does help out my channel, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.